Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, respected corporate leaders, delegates, members of the press, budding social entrepreneurs, fellow academicians, honorable guests and members on the dais, Dr. Jagdish Seth, Mr. Dennis Dunlop, CEO, AMA in absentia, Ms. Cynthia Round, Mr. Pradeep Kashyap, Dr. Alok Bharadwaj, Professor Dhruv Chak, Professor Mukesh Chaturvedi. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome this august audience to the 6th Indian Marketing Summit. As you know, it is being organized under the joint auspices of the American Marketing Association, the Academy of Indian Marketing, and the Birla Institute of Management Technology, BIMTech. I remember the day when the first Indian Marketing Summit was started in January 2007. The whole idea of the Indian Marketing Summit was conceived on the inspiration of Professor Jagdish Seth, and BIMTech has taken this initiative to bring the practitioners and the academicians working in the domain of marketing to come together and to join the world community of marketing professionals and marketing academicians. In the past, the themes of the conference have been Marketing in India, Challenges and Responses, Inclusive Marketing, Innovative Strategies for the Development of the Masses, Qiyamat se Qiyamat tak, Innovative Marketing Strategies in Uncertain Times, Small Steps to Giant Strides, Marketing the Key to a Globally Competitive Indian MSME, and Innovative Marketing Strategies for Big Emerging Markets. These have been part of BIMTech's continuous efforts to bring to the fore issues of contemporary importance to marketers. The current summit underlines the theme Marketing for Not-for-Profit Organizations in Emerging Markets, in the hope that this would be of interest to not-for-profit organizations, corporates, social entrepreneurs, researchers, public sector organizations, foundations, development agencies, and of course, venture capitalists, among others. Our heartfelt thanks to Dr. Jagdish Seth, founder, Academy of Indian Marketing, and Mr. Dennis Dunlop, CEO, the American Marketing Association, who have been the guiding lights in conceiving, designing, and providing valuable insights which enabled us to organize this event. May I request all of you to join with me and give a big applause to the guidance given by Professor Jagdish Seth and Mr. Dennis Dunlop. In today's context, sustainability is an issue which has been much written and talked about and also put into practice. Dr. Gregory Unruh, Director of Lincoln Center for Ethics in Global Management, opines that today's managers trying to implement sustainability initiatives are no longer asking why we should be sustainable, but what should we do? The sustainability imperative is a foregone conclusion. He goes on to say that among the major issues that confront us are how companies can align their operations, products, and processes with ecology in lasting way that not only resolves environmental conflicts but creates value for the enterprise. Profitability is a key part of sustainability. Business initiatives that fail to deliver profit or value in excess of cost are unsustainable regardless of how eco-friendly they are. Kasturirangan, Karim and Sandberg, they have also talked about the issues which we are going to discuss. They have said that while analyzing why, in spite of best efforts, several social initiatives fail, argue that conventional marketing methods are not always effective when used in social change. The reason for this appears to be that managers in charge of marketing strategies for social change efforts such as anti-drugs campaign, community development programs, or recycling initiatives rely on consumer goods-oriented marketing methods to promote their missions. This is because conventional marketing methods are designed for situations in which benefits to customers clearly outweigh the cost. However, with social marketing, the benefits are not always concrete. They often accrue to society, sometimes over the long run. In some cases, the target segment may feel that the cost outweigh the benefits. In other cases, they may actually oppose the changes advocated. Early adopters could also lose out with others continuing to make potentially hazardous products. Social marketers do not have the luxury of segmenting markets and choosing only likely customers. For them to succeed, the benefit accrues only when a large percentage of the target community accept the proposed change. Social marketers need to consider the cost and benefits of a given change effort from the point of view of the market, that is the target community. Because social marketing initiatives rely primarily on donors, volunteers, and other funding sources to support their operations, confusion can arise over whether and how much social marketing organization should also consider the opinion of its supporters. In order to succeed, social marketing managers must make the wishes and needs of the various interests converge. Another big challenge before social organizations is that they lack good systems for measuring performance. Since the goal of the organization is not to enhance profit, but to provide an intangible and complex social good, managers often lack objective data with which to measure the success or failure of their programs. In such a situation, social marketers must remain mission-driven but market-led. Their efforts must be guided first and foremost by a sensitive understanding of the target community and its needs. This will ensure that the message is more compelling, the means more efficient, and the mission more successful. Currently, India, an emerging economy, has bred a new genre of entrepreneurs who believe in contributing towards social reforms. They are very innovative in delivering their services in the critical areas I have just talked about. They are known as social entrepreneurs whose success stories have made a difference to the lives of millions of people in emerging economies like India. Many budding social entrepreneurs are looking towards self-sustainability of their models, unlike conventional not-for-profit organizations in the NGO format. There are three core areas in which they seek support, namely finance, marketing, and technology. Our summit proposes to provide a very strong platform to these entrepreneurs as well as for existing not-for-profit organizations to get informed and gain insights on the ways for better marketing of their services for sustainability. A galaxy of speakers, both national and international, are present here to share their experiences and wisdom with a diverse and highly knowledgeable audience. I do not want to keep you away much longer from the rich fare in store. I would like to conclude by welcoming the representatives of all the sponsors who have made this event possible, and also this knowledgeable audience for being here today, and wishing them a very thought-provoking 2 days ahead. Thank you.